When you think of the word, say, successful, who's the first person or people who come to mind for you?
Yeah, it's an odd answer because, most people think of someone as successful when they win the game. And it's whatever game they're playing, right? So if you're an athlete, you're going to think of successful someone who is a top athlete and wins that game. Or if you're in business, then you're going to think Elon Musk or, someone of that sort. Or in my mind, I would have answered that question a little differently a few years ago. I would have said Steve Jobs, because he created something, or he was a driving force, part of the driving force and the spearhead for creating something that has changed the lives for all of humanity. And that's the iPhone. I think of Mark Andreessen as super successful, not because of his recent incarnation as a venture capitalist, which is an interesting one, but because of the incredible work that he did with Netscape. He commercialized the web browser. Satoshi Nakamoto is successful in the sense that he created Bitcoin, which is this incredible technological creation that will have repercussions for decades to come. So in the classic sense, I consider those creators and commercializers successful. And of course, Elon Musk, just because he changed everyone's viewpoint on what is possible with modern technology entrepreneurship. But that said, to me, the real winners are the ones who step out of the game entirely, who don't even play the game, who rise above it. And those are the people who have such internal mental and self-control and self-awareness that they need nothing from anybody else. So there are a couple of these characters that I know in my life, some older gentlemen that I like to kind of learn from. And we mentioned our Polish friend earlier. I would consider him successful because he doesn't need anything from anybody. He is at peace. He is at health. And whether he makes more money or less money, or whether the next person over from him does better or worse than him, has no effect on his mental state and bearing. And historically, I would say that the legendary Buddha or Krishnamurti, whose stuff that I like reading, they are successful, quote unquote, in the sense that they step out of the game entirely. Winning or losing does not matter to them. There's some line that I read somewhere that all of man's troubles arise because he cannot sit in a room quietly by himself for half an hour. Right? And if you could literally just sit, if you could just sit for 30 minutes and be happy, you are successful. And I think that is a very powerful place to be, but very few of us get there.